September jobs report is due this Friday. It will initiate a debate about the strength of the economy and undoubtedly a political debate about who those numbers help or hurt. But the monthly jobs report can steal our attention from understanding the ongoing massive change in the American workplace that has taken place during the pandemic. Before we get pelted by that employment data at the end of the week, we wanted to talk to you about the nature of work right now. For more on this, let's bring in Aki Ito. She's a senior correspondent for Business Insider. Aki, we have three forces in the labor market right now. We have the pandemic, which changed the way people thought about the meaning of the work that they did. We have a Federal Reserve that is increasing interest rates that may lead to big layoffs, which means people are nervous about their jobs. But we also have a tight labor market where companies are still looking for workers. So we have those three forces going together. How do you sort through all that to understand what's happening in the labor market?
Yeah, it's certainly been a very interesting time to be a workplace reporter right now. I think, when you look at the strength of the job market at the moment, it's certainly strong. Like you said, it's tight, but it's not as tight as it was just a few months ago. It's clear that the economy is starting to mellow out in a way that is probably favorable to the Federal Reserve. The Fed believed that things were too tight before, so we're probably heading in the right direction with the job market mellowing out quite a bit. In terms of the long-term permanent changes that are coming that have already occurred in the job market, whether that's, this transition to work from home or the changing ways that we're thinking about work, I think there's still a lot of question marks in that. Will those changes persist in the next decade or so? No one's quite sure, which I think is why even when we're looking at these short-term trends, it's a little difficult to decipher what's truly going on.
And how do you view that trend of working from home and where it bumps up against companies that are saying come back into the office, and now that the labor market might be cooling, that request comes with a little bit more power than it used to?
Yeah, it certainly does. On the other hand, some companies are choosing to get rid of their offices altogether because their budgets are becoming so tight because revenue is declining. But I think for the most part, for the big companies, executives are certainly more willing to say you have to come back or else, in a way that they weren't willing to say just a few months ago. Employees certainly want to continue to work from home, at least for part of the week. A lot of executives don't like that. So I think we're going to continue to see that clash between employers and employees in the months ahead.
So I want to ask you about a New York Times piece. The Times reported on a 6-month experiment in the UK where it was regarding 4-day work weeks. More than 70 companies had participated in that, and the results were pretty favorable. Is that 4-day work week a possibility? What's your take on that trend?
Well, we did actually see some companies, even here in the U.S., try a 4-day work week, certainly over the summer, maybe every other Friday or so. I think most of the studies do show that, employees are just as productive working 4-day work weeks as they are 5. They just work more efficiently. I don't think it's going to become a widespread trend here in the United States just because the 40-hour work week is so entrenched here. I think most executives believe that if you only worked 4 days, then workers wouldn't get as much work as they would over 5 days, even though that's probably not true. Unless we see some major legislation come out of Congress, I just can't imagine, the 32-hour work week becoming a mainstream thing here in the United States.
And finally, before I let you go, Akib, the quiet quitting is a term that you wrote about a long time ago before it got bandied about as it is more frequently now. What exactly is that in your conception? And is it are people misunderstanding how that word gets applied to whatever you identified in the workplace?
Mm-hmm. So I wrote a story back in March about how I believe that hustle culture, this idea that we have to devote our entire lives to work, that our jobs are our calling, is dead, that the pandemic killed that. And I felt that people were starting to try to find a way to a new relationship to work. I think quiet quitting, as the result of that. We're all just fumbling around in the dark right now for a new way forward. It certainly produced a lot of fiery debate, which I think has been really exciting to see. I'll be curious to see if we continue discussing this over the next months and years.
All right, Aki Ito in Sacramento, helping us fumble our way forward with a little more clarity. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you, John.